Hi, my name's Tom Turk. Dennis Hansen and I will be leading the finance module in the Leadership in Healthcare Transformation program. If you're going to launch any major new initiative, it's got to pass 3 tests. It has to pass an operational test. That is, it has to work. It has to do something important to clients, either faster, better, or cheaper. It also has to pass a strategic test. That is, it has to be important to the organization. It has to advance its mission and goals. And finally, it has to pass a financial test. It has to be an efficient use of resources, given all the other opportunities the organization's considering. In effective organizations, the people that know the most about operations, that understand the technology, that understand the client, that are familiar with the processes, the procedures, the practices, the people who have the most in-depth knowledge of operations, play a leading role in evaluating decisions. But they can only perform that role if they understand finance, because finance is ultimately the final test that any major new initiative has to pass to get funded and launched. And our session is about helping you understand that finance test. We're going to do several things. First, we're going to take a look at financial statements and show you how to spot opportunities for creating more value, to see where there's opportunities to be more efficient, to find more cash, to fund more ventures. So we're going to look at that more from a strategic standpoint than just an accounting standpoint. We're also going to talk about how you evaluate investment opportunities, how to filter out the bad ones and how to prioritize the good ones. Third, we're going to look at the new metrics that people are using to evaluate healthcare, hospital performance, and healthcare organizations more generally. Given all the changes that are going on in the business model for medical organizations, new metrics have become more important, and we're going to talk about what those are, familiarize you with them. And finally, we're going to help you communicate your ideas in terms that are meaningful to people that have to apply that financial test. We're going to teach you how to communicate the benefits of your plans in financial terms that are compelling. And that's what we have planned for the morning. Now, there's a few things we'd like you to do before you come to the module. There's in the container, you'll notice there's a few articles that have been posted. One of them is a presentation by KPMG, one of the big 4 accounting firms, on hospital accounting. So we'd like you to go through that to familiarize yourself with the accounting terminology, basic construction of financial statements, basic ratio analysis, because our intention is to build on that, not so much walk you through it. So we'll review it briefly, but we really want to build on that and help your capacity to make decisions in financial terms. So the more you familiarize yourself with that document, the faster that will go and the more in-depth we can get. Second, there's an article by Moody's, or about Moody's and their criteria they use for evaluating hospitals. Moody's, the bond rating company. This is going to give you an idea of kind of the new measures that are getting increasing importance in evaluating the success of hospitals. And then there's a few short articles about some of the changes going on, some of the new measures being used that we'd like you to be familiar with, that are going to, so to the extent you've read those, that'll really help guide the discussion when we get into the module. And that's really what we want to do, is have it be as much discussion oriented as possible. So if you have a chance to review those, that would be a big help. Also, you'll notice that there are a handful of questions we'd like you to think about before you come to the module. They will also help us to kind of guide the discussion and touch on some of the themes that we will be discussing throughout this module. Just a little bit about our background. Dennis Hansen is the founder of Health Synergy Solutions, and he's the former president of Shady Grove Adventist Hospital. It's a 340-bed hospital, $330 million in revenues, where he oversaw a remarkable transformation, a $100 million expansion, turned an operating loss of over $6 million into an operating gain of $25 million, moved up on all kinds of quality and safety measures, had great success there. And he'll be paired with me. As I mentioned, I'm Tom Turk. I'm a professor at Chapman University. I focus on strategic management, where I work primarily with our executive MBAs. I got my PhD at UC Irvine, worked on the faculty for several years at Texas A&M before coming back to California and joining Chapman. I also work with a number of businesses, including healthcare organizations, on strategic planning, management training, how to be more entrepreneurial, and improving the financial reasoning of the non-finance managers. So both of us, both Dennis and I, look forward to working with you and at this session, and I think it's going to be extremely useful to you. So we will see you at the module.